template. So I'll not just fill my data, I already have it. So this probably use that. So this is the template in the form of template, which is here, which gets generated. It is the kind of same replica in an easy and understandable format that we just saw in the XML. So this is the Excel format of the same XML. So it has two tabs here. In this, you see Overview tab and in the Main Data tab. So, just like we saw in the Business Process Parameters section, you saw the same information. Run now, with automatic processing. Discard on validation, error comment section, same thing that we discussed there. It is covered as part of the separate tab itself. Now you have the Data tab here, which asks for the actual data. So if you have already worked upon, you would know that you have a spreadsheet key which you specify, which uniquely identifies the first row for the first unique employee that you want to give here. And the second employee will get started from spreadsheet key 2 if you have a second employee. And if you keep going here, there will be data. Some of the data will be required. Some of the data will be optional. So the data which is required, you will have to fill it. The data which is optional, you can leave it. So you go, and you see the employee ID as a required field. These fields, you would see exactly what they are being understood by Workday. That means exactly these are the fields which are there, existing in your report, fields, and somewhere, which are coming by this ID only. Position _ ID employee _. So they will be in the same field as Workday is going to understand them. So then you enter the value of employee ID, which is mandatory. You check the employee ID from the tenant. Position ID is optional, we can ignore. Now, effective date is mandatory. You give your effective date whatever you want. So you give your effective date. It is in the year, month, and day format. Same format you have to give. Employee visibility date you want to give. You don't want to give. Visibility is optional. This is also optional. The category. Now there comes the row ID. Now this row ID. If you have a one-to-one mapping, that means one employee, one row dash, then you would just do like this spreadsheet, key 1 employee 1. Employee 2, and for that one row. But if you have one employee and more than one row for an employee, then how would the system would understand it? You keep the spreadsheet key same as 1, but here you make the row ID as 2. So in that case, when you make the row, ID as 2 and spreadsheet key will be 1. Then how will be understanding that the spreadsheet key is same, that it is for the same employee? And if you don't even specify it and keep the details same. The spreadsheet key 1 here and you don't have a spreadsheet key specified in here and you just have a 2 here in the row ID, it would understand that it is the row for the same employee for the same first spreadsheet key. And there is a second, because it is until here it is the common data which is identified, for which employee. What's happening? From here. This is the data section wherein it is possible that one or more employees has more than one time payment that you want to process in here. So there, you can choose a row 2 here and then this data. Since it is the data on the one-time payment, then you would have. You can have 2 amounts, 2 plans, and all those things that information can be distinguished from here. But since the same information, And if you have a change, you want some other plan from some other effective days, some other visibility to it. You can do. This is the concept of spreadsheet key and the row ID. So you give usually, if you have one-to-one. You give one here and one here. Now comes your one-time payment plan ID. So if you see, here there's a field called one-time_payment plan ID. You cannot just type anything here. You need the exact reference ID of the one-time payment plan by which you are going to upload data into Workday. So how do you find the one-time payment plan? You go here in the tenant. You run a report. Compensation plan. Shooty, did he is off today. So you do have all the list of one-time payment plans listed. So you want the data for one-time payment plan. So probably you'll click here one-time payment plans. And then you'll have all the one-time payment plans listed here. Then you can outline this with then some other thing. So if somebody has told you that you want to give the data using the sign-on bonus or the spot bonus, so accordingly you choose. First of all, find the plan by which you want to give. So you found the plan spot bonus. Now you go here to the spot bonus, go to integration IDs, and view the IDs. So you see, the exact field will match, which was mentioned in your template. This is what Workday is looking for, so, whatever the value you are going to give in your template, Workday will see if this one-time payment plan ID matches with something in Workday or not. So it has to be copied exactly as this. So you go here and then you update the template with the particular one-time payment ID. Then this is optional, you have schedule, payment date and all those things. You have amount, you can keep it necessary and unnecessary, and then whatever you need to have your mandatory fields filled in. So you fill all the details. It is the same thing that we discussed in our web service, but it is easy to fill. So here let me see if this employee ID is still correct. It's correct. And we'll just save this template. Now you have a template created. You have template generated and the template is filled now. Now you go to your tenant. How do you open your integration that you created? You do int sys and type the name of your integration. This is it. If there's the same integration, usually in tenant, we kind of avoid same template and multiple integrations. So usually we kind of maintain, unless we have some other requirements to be filled in. Otherwise, usually we kind of maintain one template per integration. But in here, since it's a test unit, you will see more one. But if you have the same integration, any integration you can pick which is using the same template, you can upload the data in there as well. So we have this integration which we just created. Now we are going to launch this integration. So you go here, you go to the integration, you do launch. Now in the integration launch, you can also schedule this as well, same as any other integration or report. Same things. Now you have some launch parameters, criteria specified for your inbound integration. So we'll understand what are these. First of all, since you have chosen an option that the integration attachment, that you have the file, that you are going to upload it via the manual upload. So here is the option, first option, where you can upload and attach your manual file. So here you choose the specify value. And then you go here and choose this option. Create integration attachment. You go here, simple drag and drop. You choose your file. Choose your template that you have created. And your file will be loaded. You click OK.